Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Hump Day edition of Today in Sports Betting, doing it MLB style. Scott and I like to take a look at a couple of games that we think offer the most value, and today's card is no exception. Scott, pretty big day in baseball. Dodgers lose yet again. My Kansas City Royals are finally had their winning streak stopped, but did a nice job of keeping themselves in first place. White Sox ended up losing, so the Royals don't lose any ground. Twins lose again. I don't know, Scott. What stood out to you yesterday? Anything?
Uh, Pretty solid day for me. I had the Yankees team total under 5.5. As a Yankees fan, it was a win-win because they won the game and they only scored 5 runs.
Yep, we had the Royals under, and that ended up being an easy cash. Scott, I told you before the show, I saw a tweet that said the Royals hit, I think, 13 balls, 103 miles an hour or harder. None of them were hits. So you're not running good when that happens.
You're running good. The Royals are not running good.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. You're hitting a lot of atom balls. So yeah, that was an easy cash for us there on the Royals under. So Scott, kick us off. What do you want to talk about?
So, first game that we can talk about, a couple of choices here, but I say we start off with one of the hottest teams in baseball against a division rival with the Yankees. You got Glasnow on the mound. It's usually a good place to start.
Yep, I would agree. Oakland cooled off a little bit, but Tampa, pretty hefty price, Scott. And there's been a ton of Tampa money coming in. This one opened up at minus 157.
There's a ton of money coming in on Glasnow at home? No way.
Yeah, I know, right? Shocker.
Crazy.
Now you're starting to see 167, 162, 166. You get the idea. The money is coming in so far on the Tampa Bay Rays against Cole Irvin and the Oakland Athletics. Scott, I know that you think that's just too hefty of a price to pay to fade a team that's, won 12 of their last 14?
14 of 16.
14 of 16. There you go. So,
Thing about the pitching matchup is, of course, Glasnow is great, which we already know. Cole Irvin, not bad.
No, he's had a decent season so far. He hasn't been awful.
Thing about this, yeah. Well, sorry, I'll let you finish the Irvin.
Well, I was just going to say he's had two good starts where he's given up one, or his last two were outstanding. His last 11 and a third, given up just one earned run. He has given up 12 hits and a walk, so his whip's a little over 1, but he is limiting the damage and has given up just one run over his last 2 starts after giving up 4 apiece in his first 2. So I like the way he's trending. It's kind of hard to fade Glasnow. I know he is pitching extremely well, although he did get beat up his last time out against Toronto. Scott, giving up 5 earned in just 6 innings. So, there might be a little hope at the end of the tunnel. I'm with you. I think this deserves to be more in the 140 range, 145. And the fact that people are just loading up on Tampa Bay, not surprising, but I think it's donk money.
Well, people think Tampa Bay, defending AL champions at home, Glasnow on the mound. They usually go with those type of thoughts. To try to justify why they're going to make this bet. Tampa's only 5-7 at the Trop. They really have not been as great at home as people might think that they've been this season.
Right.
And I feel like most of those wins are against the Yankees. Like, this team isn't really that good. And Oakland, well, they are. So you're going to give me a team that's won 14 of 16 at around plus 140. I don't know about long-term EV, but that feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. And this is a Tampa Bay Rays team. They won yesterday, right?
Yeah, they won 4-3.
So they curbed their losing streak at 2, but they've still lost 4 of their last 6, including Glasnow's last start. They dropped, like I said, they dropped that 5-3 to Toronto.
Now we're talking about the actual side here for Oakland because I do think this is value on the money line. I like the under. It's kind of a split line. It's available at 7 on FanDuel, 7.5 on DraftKings. Some juice to the under, but I like the under. Just looking at these two pitchers, Glasnow, I know he got shelled in his last start, but he's still very good. And Irvin's been very good his last couple of starts. And if you look at the 2 games so far in the series, 2-1 and 3-2. Or 3-4, sorry. So you've had less than 8 runs in both meetings so far this season. Both the lineups, I don't think are very good. So I think that this total is a bit too high.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. I think
You want to make a case for the over, or you just like the under too?
no, I don't want to make a case for the total at all. I think one of these pitchers could implode.
That's fair.
So I'm going to stay away from the total. I'm just going to take my underdog swing with the Oakland A's. You're not going to catch him at plus 140, 145 very often.
I'm curious how much of it is pitching matchup and how much of it is just pure reputation. But Oakland's the better team.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Ready to fade Kyle Hendricks again, Scott?
Well, he's bad every other start, so I think he's due to be terrible, right?
That's the way it's worked out so far.
But his numbers are still terrible. He's 1-2 with a 5.68 ERA, 1.53 WHIP. And if you want to go through his actual starts, first start, 3 innings, 3 runs. Second start, 6 innings, 0 runs. Third start, 4 innings, 7 runs. Fourth start, 6 innings, 2 runs. Which means he's projecting to probably go about 4-6 in the start. Right?
Yeah, and this is he's going up against Yanoa, who's been, again, as with so many pitchers, Scott, he's had 3 really good starts, 1 bad start. He went
well, he messed it up.
Against the Cubs, he went 4 innings, gave up 6 earned.
I was going to say, you messed up the intro. It's Yanoa, you love him. That's how you got to set it up. But the thing about Hendricks I'm going to ask you is because the last terrible start he had was against the Braves, and he got absolutely demolished in that start, 7 earned runs in about 4 innings.
Right.
Second time around, you think he figures it out, or do you think Atlanta is just licking their chops right now?
I love the under here because each pitcher, the last time they faced the same opposing team, they got shelled.
Yep.
So I'm sensing 4-2 in this one.
Well, with the Cubs, anytime you see 4-2, that's not too surprising.
You know what? I'm gonna take. I like that price. We're getting a decent price on Atlanta at minus 125. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's fair. I know yesterday I said I liked the over in the Cubs-Braves game. Jethro Tull, man. Jethro Tull.
Kid's good.
He's very good. I don't think was that good. But I think that I don't want to double dip with the over because I was wrong yesterday, but these pitchers are not very good. It's so tempting, but I kind of agree with you. I just think the Braves are better.
Okay. All right, good enough. Anything else grab your attention?
If you think that both starting pitchers are bad in that matchup, then just take the better team.
Yeah. And, Hendricks does have an ERA 2 runs higher than Yanoa. So
no, but I'm saying, his career hasn't exactly been very successful.
No.
So
Hendricks has been the better pitcher.
Well, looking at everything else.
Big dog, Scott. You got Kershaw on the mound. You got DeGrom on the mound.
I don't really want to touch the Dodgers or the Reds. I know Gray's been terrible.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I'm hesitant. But if you want to actually look for some value, I got to like Dunning at a plus price, right?
He's certainly been one of the more pleasant surprises of the season.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, Alex Cobb's been decent this year, but the Angels have been hit or miss, and for some reason, they just have problems with Texas.
Yeah.
So I think they've split the first 4 meetings this season or something like it, so Texas has hung around. But Dunning's good. Cobb can get shelled, and I don't think the Angels should be minus 130. So,
yeah, Cobb has not had his first start was okay. He went 6 innings, gave up 3 earned, which is of course a quality start, quote unquote.
He's not been very good this year, but he's been around for a while.
You're right. Well, that's
not exactly a reassuring.
He's not very good, but he's certainly been here a long time.
Yeah.
But he's given up 7 runs over his last 8 2/3. So that's
Texas getting
That's not good.
You're getting plus money on Texas there. I feel like you kind of have to consider it.
Agreed. They took care of him tonight, and I think they can do it again.
And I got to also mention one game that's kind of still flying under the radar. It involves a team that a lot of people haven't really noticed that have been cashing tickets lately, and they keep cashing tickets. It's the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And you're looking at this price right now. I know Weather's on the mound, .59 ERA, but once again, he's not really an innings eater by any means. But you look at Arizona, and this team has been, well, good. Really came out of nowhere. This team was awful, and now they have won 7 of 8. Beat the Padres yesterday 5-1. Padres, hitting-wise, have really been struggling so far in the early part of the season, to the surprise of many. But I actually think Arizona's starter here is really not that bad. I mean, you're looking at Weathers, who we talked about, who is probably going to give you 4. But Widener's actually pretty good. 2.82 ERA, 1.12 whip. Yeah, I think Arizona's got value here.
Another guy with two great starts and 2 pretty much subpar starts.
Correct. But would you agree, though, that based on the current form of both teams, Arizona should probably not be getting plus 140?
No, I think that's too high. That's a game that should be closer to plus 120, I think.
Yeah, I think Arizona should be around plus 122.
All right. Yeah, I'll take the value there. I'm with you.
You have anything else? Maybe from like a total or something?
Hard to pass on the Royals under.
That's fair.
They're pitching really well right now, and they're not hitting the ball worth a damn.
I'm not a fan of Keller, but you hope the Royals' offense can be so bad that it won't matter.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's you either one of those teams. You throw a Keller out there, and you got to worry about it.
Yeah, there's one play that I thought about doing for a play today, but the juice is a little bit too high for me. Toronto team total over. It's about 4.5. I believe it's like minus 130, I think.
Right.
DraftKings, it was around there, but you got Steven Matz on the mound, who has been phenomenal this season, but you have Fetty Wap on the mound for Washington, and he's not very good. And you look at Toronto, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had the 3 home run game yesterday. They scored 9 runs, but Fetty is just bad.
Hasn't been good, Scott. 1.5 whip, 5.5 ERA. Not good.
Yep, and I wrote an article about the game for Statsel.com, actually. And Toronto's played 7 home games, or home games in quotes, in Florida. Scored at least 5 runs in 5 of the 7. So they've been pretty good offensively at home. And with Fetty and the Nationals bullpen, which I don't think is very good, I think you have a decent chance to score at least 5.
Yeah, fair enough. This is a Washington Penn. You know what? It's been better than people think, Scott. They're 3.46 overall, 3.90 on the road.
That's not bad stats wise, but I'm assuming there's going to be regression because you look at the names on that staff; they're not really well known.
Yep. On the other hand, Toronto bullpen's been outstanding. 2.10 ERA overall, 2.5 at home.
I think you'll look for Nationals team total under or Toronto team total over, because I don't think this game's going to be very close.
Well, as we found out yesterday, Nationals team really struggles to score. So.
I think I'm still waiting for Mats to look like the Mets Mats, where he falls apart dramatically, which is why I'm not taking Toronto on anything, even though I know Mats has been great this year. But I'm just going to fade Fetty.
All right.
I know Fetty's bad.
Fair enough.
I know that he's probably a listener to the show, so we'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll absolutely see there. So, all right, guys. As always, if you're looking for more information on these games or any others, make sure you stop by and check out winnersandwhiners.com. Deep dives, previews, and predictions into every game every single day. Always there for you and always free. Winnersandwhiners.com. And for myself and for Scott Reichel and for all of us over here at Winners and Whiners, we appreciate you guys watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We sure appreciate it. And of course, we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Hope every one of those tickets in your pocket turns into cash money back at the window. You guys have a great day. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow on Today